Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacino. Again, thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks for the likes and the comments. If you are new here, please do give me a comment. Please like or dislike a video. Consider ringing the bell and subscribing. Very large update today. Talked yesterday, we're watching for the continued rally, and we got it. This is why it's also important to learn how to update these levels intraday. Went through the key trend line at 4,400, so now we have positive gamma juice again going into tomorrow. Next key level still the same, 441. Then we have 462. Then we have 4477, which is my next major significant level. We have key trend line defining point. We have this prior resistance or resistance area, which is, if it's broken, will turn into support. But at this point, that's the key area I'm watching on a continued rally. The shorter term levels, it's almost like I have to update this more often, but that would be challenging. You can see here, put out the video, overnight session, Japan Asian session, stopping there, holding at our 4370, then spike up to 4376, and here's where you get to learn to update the levels, which I go over like in my Tesla videos. But this is where you can take the same anchor point on the minor levels and just start dragging it up. Okay, and you want to watch for the longer term pausing bars. I'd be preferably using the 15-minute or the 1 hour. So you see here, this gave you 43.90 and 43.98 area. I might be off by a slight candle, but that's the next area. Pause, reinforcing this level. Then you can come up here, just showing you how these harmonic levels work. And as it moves farther away from the anchoring point, it does widen out, which gave me 44.09 and then 44.19. And then up here, we stopped getting some decent pausing bars, but this, you could have used this, which just reinforces the next cluster we already had. So at this point, I'm just coming up all the way up to here with this slight pause. These are very aggressive levels. We don't even have, let's see, I'm actually going to pull it back to the 1 hour pausing bar, and we're going to use that. So I'm still watching to the upside, 44.41 area to 44.45. This will give us a little longer time frame. Then 44.59 to 44.62. And then above there, the levels we already talked about, this 44.77. Now, pullback, my first little area I'm watching is about 44.25. My major pullback area, you see this resistance that's now broken, becoming support with the rising rotation zone and a harmonic coming in. We're watching 4,400 to 44.04 is now my major pullback level. Let's check that on the 4 hour and see that's reinforced on the 4 hour with the rotation zone. If we had something catastrophic come out below that, I'm watching 43.84, about 43.80 to 43.84. And that's really it. I mean, if we wiped out there, I'd just go back to 43.57, but that would be on some kind of shock news that came out. So you still see here the clusters to the upside. So I'm going to watch this for the minor pause, this for a more significant pause. And again, if we get through that 44.77, if we had another repeat of today and we got through that, my next major target, 45.13, but I would not ignore 4,500. There's going to be orders there. So on a wide range, it's 4,500 to 45.13, and then I'd be updating the intraday levels. Now, there's no redraw yet on this trend line, but that becomes support, and that's really back at, sometimes it comes back to kiss the trend line goodbye. That's key support, as we already talked about, 4,400 to 44.04. Taking a look at the Nasdaq, which pretty much came up to run nearly into the trend line, and that's where it's sitting right now. We have this 1580 and just slightly you know, that's the key level. So that's just above where we're trading now. Let's just take a look at the shorter term chart real quick. You see here we paused out at that first level, this 14,934 area, then just above the next key level, and now we're just drifting up. At this point, let me get to that 1 hour and update our levels. Let's update it just like with the S&P. We have this pausing area right in here. You always want to use pausing areas, and let's see what that gives us. That gives us, so if we get above 5080, we got 15,102. Then we have major cluster 15,000, essentially 160, 159 to 160. So that's the next key target. That is the next key target, which is also the slightly declining 200 symbol on the 4 hour, which just reinforces that cluster. Let me see what we got on the daily. Above that, then, we've now closed into what we call a clear path move, with the eventual target being up here of 15,319. So my next target above this 15,159 would have to be this other trend line coming in at 15, about 250, and then above there 15,319. Those are my continued targets. See outside. Above there, I'd have to start watching right around 15,500. That would be here. That's this little resistant shelf. Let me just adjust this level. All right, so to the downside, first little area of minor support coming right with this little sideways ledge. Let me zoom in. We're right around 1538 to about 1526 is my first support zone. We fall below there, I'm back at 14,955 with the bottom of the 1 hour rotation zone and the top of the 4 hour rotation zone. So that's very key. Plus it's this little prior resistance area becoming support. And if we drop below that, I'm at 14,850. We had a significant level there, and that's the bottom of the 4 hour rotation zone. So that's my next key, and below that I'd be back down at about 14,750. 14,750, I'm just going to adjust that to about right here based off the daily chart. So that's my major support. Let's take a look at that daily also again. And it's not going to provide us any new information. If we did drop below that 14,750 area for some reason catastrophic, my next level is 14,582. Finally, the Dow. Just closing above the trend line. Pretty much right at key resistance though, just above our 34,733, but still into these candle bodies. Now trading above this. My next target, 34,934, 35, about 128, 35,322 are still the upside targets. I don't need to go over to minor targets in this one. The 1 hour support coming in about 34,733 to 34,754. Below that, 34,600. Let's check that on the 4 hour though. Yeah, 34,600 is your major support level on a pullback. Then below that, we got 34,450 to 34,480. That's really about it. Then the levels, we don't even have to update those levels on the mini Dow yet. But we are, if you get a close above this key 34,934, we're into a really nice clear path move with an eventual target being upward of about 35,421. And let's call it a wrap for tonight. Again, thank you for watching. I'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.